All right, Matty Floyd, welcome to Fucking Real, brother.
Thanks, man. Thanks for having me, brother.
Thanks for coming on, bro. I mean, we pushed this out pretty quickly. Got a message from you, bro. Started talking, man, and pushed it out there, bro. So you got a fucking really interesting story, bro, that I'd like to dive into. You've also on a journey, man, of well, you're on a journey on different levels, aren't you, bro? I mean,
two different journeys.
yeah, if you're doing journeys at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you got a you got a big fight coming up too, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Before we get into this, bro, obviously we call this podcast Fucking Real.
It's a good name.
Yeah, thanks, man. The idea is obviously having fucking real conversations, man. I think with your story,
It doesn't get more fucking real.
it doesn't get, well, it doesn't, Mary. Yeah, I've had some interesting faces on here, man, and some really good stories, inspiring stories, bro. And fuck, I'd have to say yours is up there, man. And if you don't mind me fucking diving straight into it, bro, I'd fucking...
It's only what I know, brother.
Is it?
It's only what I know.
Yeah.
If you didn't dive straight into it, I would have, so
Bro, I feel like before we go into it, anyone that's got a little bit of fucking, I've got to pre-warn, man, we're going to be talking about fucking, I like the idea that you're fucking bashing pedophiles.
Yeah, me too.
Cool.
I still like that idea.
Yeah, so do I, bro. And a lot of people are going to love this fucking idea, but I am going to put a disclaimer out there, which I've never done before on this podcast. If you're sensitive to any of this sort of wording or stuff like this, background, turn off the camera now because this isn't going to be for you. But yeah, we're going to talk about it, bro. I want to hear your story about all that, man, and where it come from. And I don't know, bro, because I feel there needs to be fucking serious action taken in that fucking realm, bro.
Yeah, so do I. That's
Yeah.
why I tell the story. And obviously, like, if I, like right now, if fucking someone give me the green light and said you can get this fucking pedo and no one will ever know about it, I'd fucking do it. But I don't anymore because I've done enough, bro, and I fucking hope other people just step up now, and I've got my own goals and things to do now, you know. I did as much as I could, paid the penalty, the ultimate penalty.
Yeah.
And yeah.
So where did all this start from, bro? Give us a background, brother,
So
if you don't mind.
Yeah, no, so when I was a kid, I lived in plenty of different places, some good ones, some bad ones. I lived with the bad one when I was 10. So I lived with like this, I call them the pedophile family, right? It's funny because I've always called them that, and I didn't realize until a few days ago, I had this guy from England. He goes, man, like when you say pedophile family, I had like this image of like, you know, uncles and fucking like 10 people, but really it was just 2 people, but I always called them pedophile family. So sometimes that wouldn't make sense to people. I didn't even think about that till this cunt fucking brought it up to me the other day. So it was the 21-year-old woman, the mum, and then the father, he was like 50, 55 or something like that.
True.
He had like the beard, looked like a bit of a bikie. And they had like a 2-year-old daughter, and then they had other foster children, but they had their own legitimate daughter and other foster kids. I was the oldest kid there. So they weren't, it wasn't like a bikie, it wasn't like a pedophile, ring where there was heaps of people involved, but they were making videos. I don't know if they were involved in something. They'll probably sell them to someone, whatever. I don't know. They're making like movies and videos and stuff, you know, like, like I'd have to get married to fucking their 2-year-old daughter, and there'd be like this ceremony and whatever else. I'd just take videos of fucking all sorts of, they'll play it all out and shit, you know? I don't even know if they were fucking interested fucking in kids themselves, or it was for money or what. I think about it and I wonder what it was all about. But anyway,
It must be hard to process though, bro. Like growing up, like
I don't think I ever have processed it, man. I think I've just ignored it. That's how I deal with shit.
yeah.
So yeah, like I did a podcast, another UK guy last night, and it was almost like a counselling session. And fucking, because I don't talk about this stuff, bro. I never do. I've only brought it up in the last probably year or so. I never talked about it before that, and even now I still don't talk about it. Like I'll be very, obviously brief about it, like I just did then. You know, I don't really get into it. But anyway, fucking, I ran away from there after about 6 months. I was the oldest kid, like I said. And I felt like a coward then running away. And then the guilt.
How old were you, sorry, bro?
10?
10.
Yeah.
Right.
I was there for about 6 months. So I felt a lot of guilt and like a coward and being the oldest kid, but I didn't change or do anything yet. And then I had a bit of unluck, bro. Like I stayed with, I can't remember in what order, but I stayed with I had a few good people, but then I ended up with this basketball coach So I was pretty unlucky getting fucking hit twice with fucking pedophiles.
Yeah, right.
And that's when this cunt wasn't as bad as the first family, obviously, because only like not as much, happened with this dude. And but I heard about the family that I was with, they got done for all the shit they were doing. Like it was like I found out about it, this is probably a year and a half later. I was staying with this guy, and this is when I just turned, bro. Overnight, I fucking, like, one time when he was trying to fucking do whatever, I got out of that situation. I was a bit older, and I heard about what happened at the house, and I felt a lot of guilt, bro. And overnight, bro, I just become this person that's not scared of no cunt. Like, I was a real scared kid. I was scared of everything, scared of the dark, scared of fucking, I couldn't sleep. I was very scared. And I remember the pedophile family, they used to use that against me. They used to like tell me ghost stories. They said that they had a son. I remember that their son had died, and they used to try and say like the son would come to the door, because I used to sleep like in the lounge on the floor or whatever. And like they would do that on purpose. So like I'd come into their room and want to sleep with them, shit like that. And then anyway, fucking I'm going backwards, but yeah, I was a real scared kid, man.
Yeah.
And I fucking just overnight, man. And your next question is going to be like, did it happen like overnight? Or I don't actually remember. To me, if you ask me now, like when I answer this to people, I feel like it happened overnight, like an instant thing. I know that sounds a bit like maybe it couldn't have been like, but for me, that's how I remember it. I remember going to high school around then, and I remember in high school, I was just a bit before high school even, but I remember being in high school and like, I went to like a new school, so it was new kids and everything as well. So I wasn't this scared kid that people would have known. It was all brand new people. I remember I went to leaving, and I was just a person that I went from in primary school, like I didn't have any friends. I was a real loner, like I didn't, and then in high school overnight, I would fight anyone, wasn't scared of anyone. I was ruthless, like I created this person. And then I had a lot of friends now because, I was at year 8 that would fight the year 9s, fight the year 10s that wanted to pick on the year 8s. And everyone liked me now because I was this fucking, person that wasn't scared of anyone, but I legitimately wasn't scared of anyone. I created this person who wasn't. Even today, I'm the same, man. Like I'll fight anyone inside, outside of that ring. So it's just, I've evolved from that, and it's never changed. I've never looked back. And that's how I've,
Yeah, you got into it. Fuck, there's a lot to unpack there, brother. And first of all, thanks for sharing your story, bro, because, it ain't fucking easy, man. But I guess like, some of the first steps that we take with fucking recovering or healing or even using it to better ourselves in life, man, is I guess just owning it, isn't it, man? I mean, fucking growing up like that, bro. I mean, did it all start like obviously like with your mum and
yeah, my mum was. I'll be real careful with this. I actually like try and make sure my mum doesn't see these and stuff like that, because when I see my mum today, I'm always like, you did the best. My mum loved me.
Yeah.
She would have fucking done the best if she could have. She was very sick, man. She's not she's on all sorts of meds. I mean, I've got mental illness all throughout my family. I've got it myself.
Yep.
My mum was like a real, like, what do you call it, like a manic depressant, like, couldn't get out of bed and all that stuff. She was very ill, always trying to like kill herself and stuff. Always in hospital and shit. So like, but that's because her life was shit, and stuff like that. And I always try to make her life better. That's the reason why I started hustling and making money, that because I wanted her to be all right and stuff, and I wanted to live with her, I wanted to stay with her, but I'd always end up staying. The first person I remember staying with was her ex before me, for 4 years before I was born. He wasn't even my father. He wasn't even part of her life. Like, that was the ex. Like, it wasn't even her. From years ago, he ended up taking me in. I don't know how, but I think she couldn't look after me, so she must have asked him to help out or something. And he had me for years, man, for a few years. And I had my best memories with him, because I had routine with him. I'd go to school. He'd take me to fucking, times or everything. Like, any good memories I can have as a kid, stability. Obviously, I had some good memories with my mother as well, but it was with him. Yeah. And he had me from like ages of fucking 5 or 6 to maybe like 8 or so. He had me for a few years, and it was good. And then he left because fucking he had this woman that fucking, this missus that didn't like me because I wasn't his actual son, So they were arguing over me and that, and then he had to leave one day.
Fucking hell, bro.
But I never actually fucking, as a kid, I used to get real mad and fucking hate him. But I actually seen him as an adult, and I actually said to him, thanks for everything you did. I've got good memories thanks to you. Yeah. I'm not mad or nothing about you leaving and shit. Like, and he said he really wanted, he started crying and he said he wanted to adopt me. And he did want to adopt me, and he was about to adopt me and shit, and I don't know. But yeah, fuck. Anyway, yeah.
It's cool that you say that though, bro. I mean, I talk about a lot on here. I lost my mum at the age of 14 found her through suicide, and I guess hence this is why I create this space as well, bro, because I understand a lot of stuff about mental health growing up, like, as a kid, and seeing trauma and violence and drugs and alcohol and all that sort of shit, bro, and I mean, when I look back at it, I tend to just like fucking everyone was just doing their best, man. You know what I mean? And when you talk about your mum like that, as much as, she might have been in a hard place, whatever, she was always just doing her best, eh?
Yeah, it's fucked up as it sounds, man. Like it's weird, like how when you're a kid, I don't know, man. Fucking, that's I don't know. I just be careful what I say. I've got my thoughts sometimes where, like, I'm annoyed, but then also like it's like you can't. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, so just taking a step backwards, bro, with this family, because you spent some time inside, bro, and man, when I read your story, bro, I was fuck, man, I was taken away. There's some parts of it, bro, where I was like laughing because I was thinking, fuck, bro, what a legend this guy is, And then on the other side, I'm thinking, fuck, it's such a fucking crazy and sad story too, bro. But so, I mean, you kidnapped a pedophile, bro.
I kidnapped quite a few pedophiles. Yeah.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. I was.
How deep can you go with some of these stories, bro?
I think I'm pretty safe. So I've been gone. I've been talking about it a fair bit. It was a long time. I did my time anyway. I've spent most of my 20s in prison.
Yeah.
I got done for the one, but I dedicated my life to fucking, like, even as a teenager. If I heard some cunt was no good or something like that, I'd act on it. I'd go out of my way. You know how when you hear something like, fuck, I'd bash that cunt, I would actually fucking
go and do it.
Like, spend fucking the next few days fucking, like, stalking this cunt or some shit,
Yeah.
But yeah, and I just evolved from that. Like, that was on the side if it was there. And then I'd always, as an adult, before I was like, like I was like the leader of a gang, I was always sort of doing it. And then when I became a leader, I had this power and I had boys, around me that respected and loved me. And I felt the same for them. And we sort of fucking, I told, they knew a little bit of my story and they knew that I'd done it a couple of times already. So we sort of fucking put a bit more time into it. And, and it became like, I feel like I dedicated my life on the side to this. And fucking,
it doesn't matter who you are, bro. Like, I feel anyone that you have this conversation with, man, seems to think that that's the right way of fucking going about it. I mean, it sets a standard of, like, you just don't do it. There doesn't seem to be any sort of penalties or harsh penalties behind. They seem to be protected even when they go to prison for their.
Yeah. I can go on for days about this. I know everything, bro. I know stats. I know fucking times that,
Tell us something, bro, because I mean, this is the first time I've actually spoken.
Okay, well, there's, like, for example, like, my one's a perfect example. The guy that like, I'll go. So, like, the guy that I went to prison for, he raped a 12-year-old girl 3 times. He was already a registered pedophile. He got 10 months for what he did because he probably would have only got a couple of years. He got a big discount for what he did to me because he set me up. But then there's another guy. There's this guy called Craig, and he.
So he would have got less time in prison because he set you up because they were more interested in catching you because you were bashing
a pedophile. Yeah, so they put him around kids too. So the cops knew that the cops admitted this, right? The operation was called Blue Iris because I was the leader of the gang. They wanted to get me, right? Oh. And they knew that I was doing shit on the side of the pedophiles, so they were trying to get me for other things, but I wasn't doing anything. And this guy told them this cunt's not doing anything. And this cunt, because he was hanging out for about 6 months, and I let him in, and he knew about the pedophile thing because I trust him. One of my closest boys with me, Simo, he fucking knew. He was like, bro, don't trust this cunt. He was older. He also lived in boys' homes, and he had shit happen to him. So he was off this cunt, but not because we thought he was a pedophile. He was off this cunt like he thought he was just a dog or something. And I remember Simo always saying, bro, fucking don't keep this cunt around. And he was always, and problem with me is if I like someone, bro, I'm real stubborn, bro. I'll stand by that cunt. And he made me laugh. And this cunt was covered in tattoos, bro. Not that means anything, but, like, he looked the part, bro. He didn't like a fucking, you never would have thought this cunt was a pedo. Yeah. And he was one of the lads, bro. He was a funny cunt, bro. Like, the funniest cunt. He used to make me laugh and everything, bro. And I had him around me a lot because I like people that made me laugh. And a few people said things about him. Even the mother of my children, she fucking was off him, and you just And I just was a bit like I wouldn't, I didn't trust him fully, but he was around, and I didn't think if cunts knew about the pedophile thing, it was it was such a bad thing. So we were pretty safe. I used to keep the boys safe. Like I would get as much evidence against the pedophile before we got him first. So we this was like.
Was that to just cover your back or to
everyone to protect the boys first? I'd always try and protect them first, and then me last.
Yeah.
Like even when I went to prison for the pedophile, I was trying to make as many deals as I could with through my lawyer with them, saying let me do more jail, let me do all the jail. I'll plead guilty to everything, even though there was only a 50-50 chance we could have gotten away with it because like there was a few things that went wrong. There was evidence, like it was all cameraed up, like it was a setup, but we could have almost gotten out of it. That's another story in itself. But we didn't go down that road in the end anyway. But I was like trying to get, because I didn't even go with the boys, bro. I went by this became personal because this cunt I let him in. I felt like it was my fault because I let him in. I went on my own, bro, to that house. The boys found out about it. They caught when they came later, and they got there like just before the cops pretty much came. Yeah. So I went on my own. I went to the house on my own. I remember Stephen Rose. He's dead now.
Yeah.
But he opened. It was his house. The program was called Blue Iris. The whole house was cameraed up, ready for me to get this pedo. So it was a stitch up. They had this cunt hanging out with me for 6 months. They knew I was getting pedophile. The pedophiles I was getting, they couldn't get me for because this is 10, 15 years ago before every cunt's doing it now. They're pretending to be a kid. They're luring pedophiles. They're cameraing it. I didn't do it for cameras, bro. I just wanted to get pedos, bro. I didn't want.
I fucking love it.
I can't camera that shit and get us, Bruce the boys, all my life, because then I'm not going to be able to get more pedos.
Yeah.
So what we'd do is like, we would find out because everyone sort of knew in the community what we're doing. People aren't going to give you up because it's a pretty piece of shit thing to give up some cunt doing that. And the cunts that knew were like, the community. So people would come to me and like, obviously girls would come and name some guy and we couldn't just get every guy on basis on their fucking word because it could be their fucking boyfriend or ex-boyfriend, Yeah. So we'd find out, do our research, make sure they were pedos. And then we had this smart cunt who this is before AI, bro. This is before every cunt's doing it today, right? He come up with the idea, bro. He come up with the idea and he's a legend, this cunt. He come up with the idea. I can tell more stories about him after, but he went on with it. He kept it going. I told the boys, stop. When I went to prison, no more fucking it's done, But this cunt went on with it. And he ended up getting jail too, the poor cunt, like a year later, because they went right on with it. They're the ones that got done at fucking Cutting Park. I don't know if you ever saw it in the news. They got set up. The coppers pretended to be a pedophile. How sick. The cops pretended to be a pedophile, bro. So this cunt was pretending to be a kid and luring pedophiles out there and they were bashing him. They were getting him.
So let me just get this right here, Matty. So the cops are trying to stop you guys.
They did, bro. They did that. They did. They stopped me. They got me. That's how they got me. They knew this cunt was a registered pedophile. They admitted they knew he was a registered pedophile, bro. And they didn't care, bro. They said
they were more interested in using their resources.
So they put this cunt around children, bro. So this cunt was around kids, bro. He was around fucking. This is how he got me in the end because he fucking said something over the phone. Anyway, yeah, he what I was going to say before was we'll pretend to be a kid.
Yeah.
And then when we'll get the pedophile, we had all this evidence against him now. So like you fucking, they've just talked to a kid for a week, bro, and they know that, bro. And also you protect everyone, like you make sure no one can see anyone either and stuff like that. Just keep making sure, but it's very unlikely. And I changed it. So like at the very start, the first cunt we got, there was some cunt with us who's a bit of a sicko, and he did some pretty fucking like out there shit, bro. And I realized that night, it's the first time I was like, I don't really, even on, like if you tell me a pedophile, this cunt broke this cunt's arms, bashed him, tortured him, I wouldn't give two fucks as a pedophile. But I realized, like myself, I'm not really a gruesome person. I wouldn't care if it happened not around me. In front of me, bro, the cunt's cowering and stuff. I still don't like seeing him get bashed and that. So, even though, everyone's got their thoughts on this, I'm not, someone that's cowering and not fighting, I can't see him getting bashed, even though he's that. So I come up with it that I thought about it a lot, obviously, and what made me feel better about everything was I wanted to scare these cunts to death. I wanted them to think they were going to die. I want them to think how them boys thought, or girls, sorry, but how the kids feel, like how the kids feel, how they got no choice. They've got that it's getting forced upon them. Like how I wanted all them feelings, how they're scared to death, like they feel like they're going to die, and that I wanted all them feelings on the pedophile. That was my train of thought, and that's what I do. So I'd come up with like plans, I always use this one because I brought it up. Like I'd make them bury their own fucking grave, and it takes a long time, and it's hours that they're burying their own grave thinking they're going to die. And you just want them to think they're going to die for as long as possible. Eventually, they know you're just playing with them.
Yeah.
But you try and play it out fucking for, 24 hours if you can, because, you want them to think that.
Yeah.
And then because you haven't, like, broken their legs and arms and you've got all this evidence against them, like, obviously there's a 99% chance they're not going to fucking give you up because they're going to be fucked on, they're going to be outed and this and that. And people are like, well, maybe you should go to the police, And then that's where we've got the argument you said before. No, you shouldn't, because, well, you can, but fucking, they're just, all they're going to do is they're going to go to the judge. They're going to say, oh, it happened to me when I was a kid. Judge is going to go, oh, you poor person, give them a year's prison for fucking, when they molest 2 boys, there's a 50% chance of that boy killing himself and the other one's going to end up fucked up. Like, like myself, I'm fucked up.
Yeah.
And I know that, I'm fine, but I've worked it out, but no one else is like me, bro.
I could, I can only imagine, bro, what it would be.
And fucking, sorry.
So, yeah, when they go into the system, when you go to the cops, because I know people, and it's almost like some of these children, they're not even allowed to get represented, are they? In the like in the justice system, man? Like
the kids?
Like the kids?
They're not allowed to get represented by lawyers, you mean?
Yeah.
I think they get their own lawyer.
Yeah.
And I think they're not allowed to speak if they're under 18.
Yeah.
Because of fucking they need a parent or something. I'm not really.
Yeah.
I don't really know.
And then the pedophile does get a year, and then he's protected inside as well.
So yeah, he gets a year's jail. Fuck all like that. There's this guy that molested a 7 and a 4-year-old in a bathroom. These fucking kids were just at the fucking shops with their dad, bro. Just go to the bathroom and chuck a piss, bro. And they get fucking molested by some fucking piece of shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And this cunt molested him for no reason. So you got one boy now that's going to kill himself. You got the other boy that's going to be fucked for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
And this cunt, I think he got 2 years, right? And he goes, what happens when you're a pedophile is, first of all, you go straight to protection. You get looked after. And protection's the best unit. So they get the best of everything. They get gym every day. I run the gym, so I know how well they get looked after. They can't be touched. They get walked around by, the whole prison gets shut down. Like sometimes you miss your visit. If these can't have a visit, you're fucked. Like you got to wait 30 minutes for them to get walked to the visit, and then you'll get like a 20-minute visit because of these cunts. That's how it is. They get everything.
Why is that?
Then they just get protected, man. It's just that's how it is. Yeah. It's just the system. And then they go to when you get deemed by like me, I had to do all my prison. I had to do all my years max because I was in there for violent crime. The pedophile, he goes straight to a farm because it's not deemed violent. So if you're in for pedophilia, it's deemed the least. So they've got ratings in the jail of how you go from max, medium, minimum, right? And minimum is the best. Minimum is a farm. You're free. You go to the gym whenever you want. You can use a phone till 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to go to minimum, but no one like gets it. If you're like I got it for my last month just before I got released because because I was a violent fucking offender. Yeah. But they go straight to farms. So farms is like, and nothing can go wrong at a farm because if you do anything at a farm, you get booted because it's minimum. Yeah. So these cunts are at, like with all their own, because when you go to a farm, if you're lucky enough to get, a month there at the end, they're mainly pedophiles there anyway. So it's sort of catch-22. Like, do you want to go to a farm? And you can't touch these cunts because you're at the end of your time. If you bash one of these cunts and you're in jail for violence, you fucking do another 3 years, It's a system, bro.
Yeah.
And my answer, is why? My only answer is, and I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I know there's plenty. I don't get into the conspiracies.
I think it goes a long way back.
But I think there's obviously my only logical answer is up there. There's some fucking pedophiles up there, bro. Leading the fucking. It has to be, bro. There's no other logical. I'm a real logical person, not a conspiracy theorist. Yeah. The only logical answer is fucking the rulers, the people that are making the decisions, they're making the law. That's the only logical decision. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you only hear about it through the religions like Catholics and things like that, which obviously they play a big part in the higher fucking, what do you call them? The decision makers of this world. Is it? Well, the country and that as well, man.
I don't know how it works, but what you're saying, I get. Yeah.
Fuck, bro.
That's the only logical answer, isn't it? Because we can sit here. I've sat here with the highest up people, the fucking whatever we want to like with everyone, with lawyers, with fucking everyone. I've had this conversation with everyone, as you can imagine, and no one knows the answer.
Yeah, and on another note, bro. So I'm not vaccinated, by the way, but I look at this.
Good job.
I look at this the same fucking thing. It's like suicide. What is it? 9 people in Australia die of fucking suicide every fucking day.
It's men. So men 4 times more than women. Men men kill themselves.
Yeah.
I've been looking at this lately.
Yeah.
Fucking and I think in most countries, like say like in UK, it's the number one death thing is in men under 45. I think it is suicide is the main. It's in men. Yeah.
So that to me is a crisis. Pedophilia, like kids that are getting affected by. I can't name this person, but it's a very, very close friend of mine. She'll know who she is when she listens to this.
Can you name the pedophile?
No. Oh, bro. But she works in child protection services, and I've got to be careful what I watch because obviously I don't want it to come back on her. But I've fucking heard a lot of stories, man. And it's
so one day you should just get drunk, bro, and just name all the pedophiles, put it out there, bro, and just blame alcohol.
I got no fucking problem off thing, but the thing is, she's one person of what? How many case managers out there in Western Australia alone? Let's call it fucking 100. I know there's way more than that, but there's 100, and then they've all got like what 10, 15 cases each of children that come into care. And look, man, a lot of it's sad, bro, of what happens out there. But then it's these fucking predators that are out there that just ruin the whole fucking thing. I look at that also as as something that needs to be taken care of. Yet we get COVID and we shut down the whole fucking country, the whole fucking world. Yet suicide and situations like this just always get swept under the fucking carpet, man.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. But I try not to look into it because I think if you look into shit, you're gonna find heaps of shit. And I just try, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like with the COVID thing.
It's a huge rabbit hole.
I looked at it as like my kids got the COVID jab.
Yeah.
And once they did it, I was like, if there is a conspiracy, like say like every cunt drops dead from the COVID vaccine in 10 years, my thing was when my kids got it, I don't want to be the last cunt standing with all these fucking other cunts, bro. So I was like, fuck it. Like if everyone is going to die from this, my kids have already got it, so I might as well get it anyway. So they had to go to school and I can't remember what it was back then. They had to get it for whatever reasons. Yeah. So I was like, fuck it. Yeah. But I wasn't anti-fuck. I didn't believe in it or anything like that. But I was like, if I'm going to die, I'm going to,
I feel like everyone's got their own story with it, man, good or bad, and there's no judgment either way. But
absolutely,
I had to stay. I mean, I couldn't go to a gym, couldn't go to the pub. Even when
you could have gone to my gym, by the way. So I opened my gym to everyone. I had a few thousand cunts coming to my gym. Everyone knew. So during, when at the very start where you'd walk out and there'd be leaves blowing around, there'd be no fucking car, or just dead.
Yeah,
you could go to my gym.
Yeah, well, I had
about 6 months. Yeah,
I had a fake passport, so I was getting by okay, but
good job.
Yeah, but man, I can remember walking down because I refused to wear a face mask a lot of the time as well. I remember walking around a shopping mall and people would turn around and walk the other way when they saw you, like as if like you're a fucking alien.
Yeah, I was walking around, bro, no mask, bro. I was going to walk around with my dog, bro, to the shops when no one was there, bro. My gym was open.
Yeah.
I had during COVID, I didn't charge anyone. I let everyone train. I still had to pay rent as usual.
Yeah.
And everyone trained at my gym, bro, it was probably like a year.
Yeah.
And my gym was packed, bro, because it was the only gym open in Hirsch.
True.
And I didn't give a fuck, bro. This is how I am, man.
Let's talk about your gym. I mean, there's a couple of things. I mean, we can keep diving into, this fucking your background. And by the way, bro, like I think it's fucking great what you've done, man. And anyone out there that knows, I don't know. We can go down a rabbit hole with that whole thing, but I think like the other thing I want to get into, bro, is your gym, Pinkies, and what is it, Pinkies? Yeah, and what you're doing there with youth as well, bro. And we've obviously got to talk about your fight that's coming up. Getting behind that, bro. I'd love to see you on the main stage there, man.
Yeah,
fucking Western Australian.
Well, I'm fighting there, man. I'm fighting there no matter what. So like, I'm going. I'll be leaving probably in about 4 weeks. So I'm going to the UK.
Yep,
and do I talk about that first or the gym?
Let's get into it, brother. Yeah. How did it all come about, bro?
What, the fight?
Yeah.
So obviously I'm 15-0 fighter.
Yeah.
If you look at box record, say 15-1, that's getting changed. There's controversy there.
Yeah.
I went to Thailand. I fought Asia's #1 fighter of all time. Yeah. Fucking beat him every round. And it was in Thailand. 3 Thai judges. It was all corrupt as fuck. Story of my life, bro, right? One story after another. It almost seems like it's just unreal. But that got sorted. After a lot of effort, they reviewed it. They said that I won every round. They said I won the fight, but you don't get the win. You just get no contest. So they reviewed it. It's called no contest. Now we're waiting. BoxRec is just like a made-up site made by fans. People don't realise that. So they go by BoxRec, but it's just made up by fans. Officially, I'm 15-0, and we're just waiting for BoxRec to honour it and change it. But anyways, I'm a 15-0 fighter. I've done a lot lately on my own. I had help at the start with Angelo Hyder and like that's Danny Green's trainer. Like them two were at my first gym.
Yeah.
So my first gym, I took in people off the street as well before I went to prison. And I met them there. I was boxing then. Anyway, they helped me at the start. Lately I've been trying to do shit on my own.
Is he your trainer? Is he?
Angelo?
Yeah.
He's not my trainer because he's 6 hours away.
Yeah.
He's in like Queensland.
Yeah.
But he will help me. I could ring him anytime I want. He used to come visit me. We're very close. He gives me advice. If I asked him to train me, obviously I'd have to get there somehow. He would, no problem. But it's just me and him are like such close friends for a long time that it's almost hard to have that trainer because he's a very hard trainer. Very, we will argue that I'm the way I am. I've trained myself, man. Like I train myself in front of a mirror for 8 hours a day. You know what I mean? So I've got bad habits, but the best bad habits. So it's like it works in my favor. No boxer can get ready for me. I fuck up all boxers because of the way I've trained myself. So I've mixed everything together, and Angelo and me, he trains perfect boxers, Danny Green was a perfect boxer. These people are all perfect boxers. So it's hard for him to train me because I'm so awkward. I'm very different,
Yep.
Which he thinks is great, but it's just we clash because of it,
Yep.
But he would always help me. I just get help from people and I sort of train myself, I guess, but I get a lot of help.
So who are you taking over with you on your camp?
I would have to be, Stevie Wills because he's been with me at every fight. I've been so obsessed with this fight for the last 2 weeks. I haven't even thought about my team yet, but everyone will be keen on coming to this one, obviously. But I will take the best team I can. I'll put thought into it, and the people that have been there, like Joel, will obviously come. He doesn't. Joel's like my fucking son. I don't really fucking listen to him because he's like my son, but he will come for support. And the team that I bring, I'll have to. I've got a few people in mind. I'll have to really think about it.
Yeah, sweet.
And I've got help over there too. I've got a lot of help over there. So yeah, I'll set all that up. I'm leaving in 4 weeks, so I'll do the best I can here. Right now, my hand, I just had surgery on my hand a few weeks ago, so my hand's not going to be fully ready for a few weeks anyway. So I've got a few weeks to think about it and come up with a plan and a team and all that.
So what is it? Just cardio fitness, I guess?
Right now, it's all cardio, yeah. And I might start using my right hand today. I'll see how it feels.
Yeah. Yeah, sweet, man.
Well, I fought my last 3 fights with a fully broken right hand. People don't understand, But anyway, all good.
Yeah. Have you had a few? I saw a few things there on Dragonfire as well. Has that been the main sort of?
It was my first 4 fights. I can't fight. I won't fight in Perth again.
No.
I love fucking Tony Tolch and Angelo Hyder. That's Dragonfire's out. I'll do anything for them. If they said we need you to fight in Dragonfire because fucking, to help or whatever, I'd do it for them. But I don't want to fight in Perth again because I hate the fucking commission. Yeah. And the people involved in boxing in Perth, fucking, they're all fucking, to me, they're all pieces of shit. So, and I love everyone, bro. Like if you know me, bro, I don't talk bad about any cut, man. I love everyone. I like everyone. Not hate's the wrong word. I don't like when people sit there and talk shit about people.
It's a tough road, isn't it?
But I don't like that because they went out of their way to fuck with my life. They wouldn't let me fight because they kept using my violent crimes. So they know everything, man. Like Danny Green come in with me as a fucking witness, and he's like, "Geez, fucking," he blasted all of them. He goes, "Have any of you been down to his gym?" And they're all just like looking at him. He's like, "So you all sitting there judging? Not one of you have been to his gym. Not one of you seen what he does with the kids. This, that. Do you even know fucking what he went to prison for? They knew fucking nothing, bro. He went off. He's like, this cunt should be fucking awarded a medal. Went off his head." And they stopped me from fighting for like 3 fucking years or something, bro. When I got out, when I was ready, it fucked my life up because I couldn't. That's all I wanted to do. So they really fucked with me, man. So not all of them, bro. I shouldn't say all the commission because there's a couple of commission that on my side, bro, that I talk to now and really good people, bro. So I shouldn't say it how I said it before, but the other ones can, sort of get fucked.
It is a bit tough, man. I guess, following that road, bro. I mean, I guess like this is why it's such a massive opportunity to get on the European stage as well, eh?
Oh, yeah. So I've already fought in Europe, sort of. I'm in Turkey.
Yep.
But this one is, like, the biggest place to fight is obviously UK and America.
Yeah.
Oh, and obviously Saudi Arabia now.
Yeah.
But
yeah, right.
UK is, everyone loves, but like in Australia, if I go chuck a piss on the wall, they'll be all over 6 o'clock news. But if I fucking am fighting Tommy Fury or I'm doing something good at the gym or whatever, we're taking your kids off the street, they don't want to fucking know about it, man. In UK, man, I've had 1,000 fucking reporters try and talk to me. But I'm up till 6 a.m. talking to these cunts every night. They put me all over fucking like the Sun, the Mirror, the Daily Mail, like the biggest, not just in the UK, the biggest websites in the world. Like Tommy Fury was like the biggest. Everyone was talking about how fucking he cheated on Molly May for the last few weeks, man. If you look up Tommy Fury like now, all that comes up is fucking Matt Floyd.
Yeah.
They have supported me. They've messaged me. I've had a woman from like the highest up, what do you call them? So I don't speak about them proper. Like not the mail, like one of the big websites, the biggest ones was like crying, you know, and they just really supporting me. And I've had like fucking all like. But heaps of celebrities fucking get in on it and message me and everything.
I think
they really support boxing, bro, over there and the story.
Yeah.
Here, bro, in Australia, mate, fucking, unless I'm fucking
Tim Zoo or something,
bashing a pedophile, pissing on a wall, bro.
Yeah.
Fucking, they won't put me, bro. They put me in the news fucking like 3.5, 4 years ago, bro, for shit that never even happened. They said I was fucking made it out like I was on a plane about to leave the fucking country. Right, it wasn't even right. And they found out a few days later. We showed them, we're like, man, you just need to take that off Channel 9 News because that's fucking false media. It's wrong. And it ended up, it was false. And they don't do a big apology. They don't go, look, sorry, the other day we fucking fucked up Matt Floyd's life and his name. We got it wrong. They just go, oh, okay, yeah, cool.
Catch you later.
That's it, bro.
I mean, mainstream media, brother. I mean, like I mean, that's another rabbit hole you can go down as well, isn't it, you know?
I don't know heaps, bro.
Yeah.
Heaps, yeah.
But man, you seem ready. I mean, other than your hand, but I think from a mental point of view, bro.
Well, the mental's most of it anyway, man. And I'm 100% ready. Like this cunt's fucking he doesn't know what's coming, man. It's going to be great. I just can't wait to get in that ring, man.
Yeah. So how did it come about, bro? Like, I mean, I spoke about that before. Was it? What was the thing called?
No. So all right. So 2 years ago, there was talk about fighting him, and he wasn't a big name then. It was a Fury's brother, Tyson Fury. He was a Fury.
It's a big stage or a big brand.
Now it is but now he's real famous, man, because he's built through social media and all that shit, and being on Love Island, he's built his name a lot since then. So at that stage, there was like talks about fuck if you wanted to fight Tommy Fury. I was just starting, he was just starting. It might have been longer than 2 years ago now, actually, because I was at the start of my boxing career. There was like money, like there was like if you could come up with fucking a small amount of money, you could probably fight him. And there was talk about it, you know, is it worth it and blah blah blah. And I was thinking about it, and I just left it. But I've always looked at it and thought, fucking, I should fight Tommy Fury, you know, because that will get me what I want next. And I've been in Thailand all of last year, and all the people in Thailand are all English blokes, and they're all like the knockaround English blokes, the gypsies, the ex-crims, you know, and they all love me because obviously the way I am, and we became real close. And they know fucking gypsies in England and real, like, get like, I don't know the word, what do they call them? They call them scousers or whatever they name them. Like, they fucking know, like, and they end up knowing a couple, like, actual hectic fucking cunts that are over there that are in tight with the Furies, in tight with Eddie Hearn. Like, they know everyone.
Right.
And they own gyms and stuff. And I end up just talking to them because they would message them and go, man, this cunt gets fucked. Because they watched me get fucked around in Thailand with the serum on Cole. I got real fucked around by the promoter. Like, everyone sees I'm trying my hardest on my own. I'm backing myself. I do everything on my own. So they sort of feel sorry for is probably the wrong words. I got in trouble for using that word because I thought, I was saying Mick, the manager who's got involved now, who's my manager now, I said, I think he feels sorry for me. And he said to me yesterday, he goes, mate, I don't fucking feel sorry for you. He's like, I love you. I love your story, you know? So I should stop saying feel sorry. But I think the Thailand, the English people, I think, not that word, but I think they just fucking, they can see what happens. They can see what's happening in Australia. So they got on my back and in the back, and I started talking to them about the English people, how I could have fought Tommy Fury a few years ago, and it would be good for me to, because they want me to go to the UK. They're like, bro, you'll be killing the UK. They'll love you. You need to get there. And they want me to start it with fighting Tommy because it'll be a big thing, you know? So it started there, bro. It was talk about 8 weeks ago. And I went through some shit I'm always going through shit, but I went through some other shit a few months ago. And I let go of a few things that were fucking in the way of my life that were fucking holding me back. I let go of something that was holding me back, and I fucking went right on with it the next day. Focused on this fight, and I've been fucking relentless with it. And then Mick Francis, who's Jai Bataille's manager, is a big time manager. He's friends with Eddie Hearn. He's close with fucking all of them. He's caught wind of it, and he's ringing me up, and I think because he knows I always get fucked around, he's like, look, man, I know what you like, Matty. I've fought on a few of his shows. He's one of the only, he does massive shows on DAZN, and not many people put him in their shows because of my history. So, and he was one that didn't give a fuck, and he'd put me in the show. So I already liked him. He already liked me. He said, I didn't give a fuck. I remember once I fought on his show, and because he's a family business, his wife and friend, that they all do it, and there was about 30 cops waiting for me, like when I walked in. This is like, Jai Bataille was right there, bro, with all these cops. right? And fucking, I'm walking in because I was fighting on his show, on the DAZN show, just before Conor Wallace, and the wife fucking came over because they come to serve me like a notice or some shit. I had no idea. And I walked in there and I was joking around with Stevie Wills and Joel Lewis and that. I was like, bro, I bet there's going to be a bunch of cops waiting for me to walk in. And I was only joking, bro. There was fucking heaps of the cunts. And she went off her fucking, instead of going off at me like other promoters would, they'd blame me. She just fucking went off her fucking head at these cunts where she's like, how fucking dare you, and protected me. She's like, my fucking fighter, blah, blah, blah. She was going off and I was just real, I liked it, you know. You don't see much of that. And she's just stuck up for me. She didn't even say anything to me afterwards. So like I just knew. She wasn't doing it like to prove a point or nothing. She just genuinely fucking stuck up for me, bro. Yeah. And anyway, fucking, I liked him already, man. And he's called me and he's like, I know, you know, you're stubborn, but fucking look, just let me fucking get involved, man. This is going to give you a headache, bro. I don't know where you're at exactly with it. Yep. I don't know how far, like how close you are to the fight, but I can tell you something. He goes, I fucking speak to their trainer. I speak to fucking the dad, John. I speak to Tyson's manager, Spencer Brown. He just named them all, and he does know them all, you know. Yeah. And Eddie Hearn, obviously, you know, Eddie, you know, not that Eddie Hearn's got anything to do with this, but he's like, let me fucking sort this out for you, mate. It looks better. I'll put my name on you. As you know, I'll be your manager. I'm going to change your thing to cruiser because Tommy's a bit bigger than me, so Tommy looks better. He's like, don't worry about this 15-0 thing. 15-1 will probably look better. Tommy, more chance, you'll definitely get it. So he's like, let me sort it. And I was like, yeah, cool. And then since then, it's obviously progressed. So where we are now, that was a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. And now we're at where we are now, man. And it's good that Mick's involved because we've got backup plans now. Like, say, if Tommy doesn't, he backed out his last 3 fights. If I was on my own, I wouldn't have backup plans, so I wouldn't know, you know. I'll just get ready, go to UK, probably get fucked over. Yeah. But make sure that I'm all right, you know, like...
So what are some of the reasons why he'll pull out? It can be anything.
Well, I don't know, man. Yeah. People ask me this question. Even the UK don't know. No one knows why he put over his last 3 fights.
What's he looking for at the moment? Is he looking for more publicity? Is he more looking for...
He's been saying what he's been saying is he doesn't want to be known. He's been on Love Island once. He's had 10 professional boxing fights. He's saying, I'm sick of being known as Love Island. I'm a boxer. So he needs to fight a legitimate boxer, and I'm that legitimate boxer. There's other 15-0 fighters out there. I'm fucking a world champion.
Yep.
You know, and I'm a fucking I'm the champion of all of Asia, and I've done a few things, and obviously my story. So there's other 15-0 boxers he could fight, but he touched on
with boxing,
man's mental health, bro, and I'm the poster child for man's mental health. There's a lot of reasons for him to fight me, and since this fight, bro, I've gotten real big in the UK already, and the fight is not even close.
Sure.
Yeah,
I love that, brother.
Yeah,
fuck, man, it's exciting as fuck. I mean, like, you know, especially with your background too, bro, like with mental health and what you stand for, and going back to before with all the cops being there, you know, like, I think with you being transparent, bro, and actually knowing what your background is, I think that works in your favor, man, because it's like, I mean, you weren't going around fucking, yeah, I mean, you got a colourful background, but it's a colourful background that a lot of people can resonate with, man, or understand.
Yeah, well, I mean, I wasn't a saint, bro, either, you know, like I don't try and preach to people and say all I did was good, you know. Someone asked me last night if I was Robin Hood, and I said I don't like to say that because, you know, I wasn't, you know. What I can say is I believe I've never hurt anyone innocent in my life, and I never would. Like I said, with the, you know, even the pedophiles in front of me, it's hard for me to hurt them, you know. I don't think I ever have, not knowingly anyways.
Yeah.
And I know that for a fact because I know how I am, and I couldn't go to bed at night and things like that, you know. That's what I can say, but I have done things wrong, but...
Bro, haven't we all?
Absolutely, yeah. Yep. I've just probably done a few, yeah. Well, yeah, maybe I'm a bit hard on myself, you know?
Yeah. Well, look, mate, I'm not thinking that you haven't done anything wrong, bro, but I think we all have. I mean, I've had Jeffrey Morgan on here, you know, and he's an ex-fucking bank robber, and he's had guns to fucking innocent people's heeds and stuff like that.
Russell Manson as well?
Nah. But, hey, funny enough, bro, before then... I've had Luke Jackson, the boxer.
Yeah.
But he was keen, man. He was keen to jump on, bro, by Zoom, man.
I was on the phone, bro, the night before.
Yeah, bro. It's crazy. I was literally talking with him and through messages. I think it was like about a month before, bro. I mean, that's...
We had a good yarn, bro.
Yeah. I know, bro. I know. Hey, and one thing I do like with him, you know, bringing him up and then some of the stories that we've been talking about, man, is that I love how it's all coming to the surface though, bro. You know, even though how hard it is probably for people that have gone through it that are talking about it. But
well, he made, like, I wouldn't be talking. It was him that got me talking.
Yeah.
You know how I said I only started about a year and a half ago? He started me. He's the one that pushed me to do this, bro. I never talked about it with me. Angelo Hyder was good friends with him.
Yeah.
And Angelo knows a fair bit about me, being like, you know, like a role model for me.
Yeah.
And Angelo got him in contact with me like years ago, and it took Russell years to get me to fucking start talking. He's like, bro, you know, blah, blah, blah. So it was Russell that got me doing this.
I'm fucking glad, man.
Yeah.
And even though it was, you know, a year or two ago, bro, I feel like your story's fucking powerful, bro. When I heard it, man, it's amazing. And then now leading into this fight coming up and what you're doing, you know, is great. I guess it also, the other thing we haven't spoke about is what you're doing in the gym, bro. I want to know more. I want to know more about this. I'm going to call it a youth outreach program, but you've got.
Yeah, I'll call it a youth program. That's, I just make names up, but yeah.
So you're getting these kids, man, off the streets with broken homes and getting them into the gym. And the reason why I've also got a charity, bro, that I run, and one of the programs I haven't introduced yet, but I want to raise enough money so I can do it, is a youth outreach program through boxing, man, you know. And,
oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, we'll definitely have to link up then.
Yeah, hard, bro. I mean, we'll have a talk about it, but it is using boxing to draw these kids.
Yeah, I'll get involved in any of that stuff for sure.
Yeah,
100%. Yeah.
Well, let's tell me about.
So what I do is I just wing it, bro. I've never had any funding. I've done it all my own. It's cost me a fucking fortune. It's probably sent me broke. I've been broke probably 3 times in my life, and because of this, probably once, you know. And I've been rich again 3 times. I've done it forever, bro. When I was 16, I remember I used to leave the back door open for homeless. This bloke, you know, for homeless people, for my mates, for teenagers, you know. I'd always have the back door. I'd leave food there, and fucking, it's just, I've always done it. I've actually, you know, there's been several times I'll bring homeless people that I've met that night back home and things like that where I'll get in trouble for it, you know. I did it more proper when I was at Harry's gym where I met Angelo and Danny, like, you know, like, when I was, you know, this is 13 years ago now. At that gym, there was 8 bedrooms at the back. So the fighters that were like like they were ice heads and things like that, I was getting them off the ice. Well, the idea was they get off the ice and they'd start training to the beautiful gym every day and start fighting. And I was trying to make like a pay it forward system where it all went around, but I ended up getting fucked over by all the adults. So now, well, I went to prison obviously for a long time, thought about it all, and when I got out, I wasn't going to do it again. But then, you know, teenagers would come to me and things like that. So then I started Pinky's Gym, and I wanted it to run itself while I did the program, which, you know, it never does. I end up sending fucking millions doing it myself, but, you know, and then what it is I don't focus on adults anymore. If a boy comes out of prison, because it happens a lot, they come out, they reach out to me. I don't go out of my way. Like if they keep coming 1,000 times and show that they fucking want it, then I might help them because I got burnt the first. But with teenagers, I believe there's a 1% chance that adults will come back. But I think if you get teenagers, I think you get 50%. That's my belief. So say 100 boys come to my gym, I know that I'll probably save 50 of them. And what I do is, at Pink, so what we do is, I've always said, this is what I say to the boys. The gym, I've got homes there. So there's like a house across the road from the gym where Joel Lewis, he lives there. So Joel was like one of my first boys. I took him in like 7-8 years ago when he was 16, 17. He's obviously Australasian champion now. He's 6-1 fighter. He runs my gym for me. Now he does it. He lives across the road. He's probably got 4 or 5 boys there with him now. We'll put fucking rooms up at the gym if we have to. I'll take him in myself. If it's full, bro, I'll put mattresses in the fucking bathroom. There's plenty of boys that I've taken in. Dylan Voller, if you need him, I met him through Russell. Plenty of boys that have been taken in, and there's quite a few success stories. Joel's I talk about Joel because he's still with me now, and now he's looking after kids for me, and like, you know, like he'll, like, you know, if we hear a story like a 16-year-old's in Frere fucking around, he'll go fucking slap him around the head and grab him and bring him back and shit like that. So so it's like a pay it forward thing. Now he's got someone under his wing now who's fucking doing this, you know, similar stuff, and that's what it is, bro. What it is the gyms are, how I look at it is the gyms are a base. So it's a base, and then I always tell the boys, with me, you're gonna, no matter what, you always have a roof. Even if I become homeless, I'll make sure you have a roof. You know, you got fucking food and you got a gym. And in my eyes, that's all you need in life. And to me, if you chase small things, that's greed. You know, eventually the other things will come. But the problem is, like you said, was it you that were talking about impulse? Was it you that was talking about impulse today?
Nah.
Someone's talking about people being impulsive and wanting things now. No, sorry, I was on the phone. Anyway, I was actually having someone else saying it. So what happens is people want some boys, some people, they want $1 million tonight, like Scarface, almost. A Scarface, or Scarface wanted everything now, and that's why everything, these cunts want everything now. They don't think about a year or 5 years. So I try and help them think. Like you've got, and sometimes boys might fall off the rail. They might do good. I've got heaps of boys I can name, and then they might meet a girl, they might want to go out and party, and they fuck up, right? And then 3 months later, they'll come back to the base again, and they'll start again, So that's what the gym is. It's like everyone knows in that area that, a lot of people reach out that there's a base there. If, people know if they ring me and they need somewhere to stay or something, they can. Even if I'm pissed off at them, they know I'm not going to,
Yeah. You mentioned like you got somewhere to eat and sleep, and then you've got somewhere to train as good foundation. I think
foundation, perfect word.
Yeah, and there's one thing I'd like to add in there is just community as well, bro.
It's a community. The gym, I always say, the gym's a community, bro.
Yeah.
The gym's a community. Yeah.
And so what are some of the things that these is it predominantly boys? Would you take in girls as well? Or?
Oh man, I'm not going to say no to anyone. Obviously, it's easier if they're boys for me.
Yeah.
I can relate to teenage boys like myself.
Yeah.
We've had a couple girls come in.
Yeah.
We haven't got any. I don't know if we have had any girls that have come in and changed their life. We actually had these not suicide. Like there was like this mental health group of girls. This girl that I'm friends with, she ran like a shelter in Fremantle, and they were coming. I told them I tell them they can come all day, every day. It's a 24-hour gym. We're always open to anyone. But they were coming like once or twice a week. They were doing this for like 2 years, man. And I think I even ran the session for like a bit. Obviously, things get busy for me. I ran the session, and then I think the girl I was friends with might have took it over. I can't remember, but it was going for like 2 years, man. They haven't been there in a couple of years now, but they'll I can't remember what they were called, but they'll come for about 2 years. They're like 10 girls that would come every week at this time, and yeah. But we've had a couple girls, but I can't think of any like girls that have changed.
I guess So I guess like is it just them running amok or coming from fucking broken homes or drugs? I guess ICE is a fucking huge thing these days, isn't it?
There's a lot of boys that their dads are in jail. A lot, a lot of them, their dads are in jail. A lot of their dads probably don't even know I'm looking after their kids, a lot of broken homes. A lot of shit's happened to them. A lot of there's been stories like myself. A lot of mums will bring their kids into me because they'll see my story, and I'll get a message a day from some mum. Maybe once a week, maybe one of them a week, will come in. Because a lot of them say they're going to come, they don't end up making it. I try and help if I can. I used to do a lot more. I used to have like a fucking limo, bro. We used to pick them all up, and I've had boys have cars. When I was doing better, I was doing better, But at the moment, it's hard for me with these fights, that man. And Joel's just a kid himself still, and it's really hard.
What do you need? Do you need funding? Like, how do we?
No, not funding. It's help, man. People need help. Like. Yeah. There's people that ring me and they can't get to the gym and I can't get them. I'll tell them like, look, how old is your kid? Is he 16? Can he get to the train? If he can get to Coburn train station, I'll get him on the way. I try my best, But I used to go out of my way. We used to pick up fucking 50 of them, bro. Like, because we could. I had people that could drive and this and that. It's just time. It's really just time, bro.
So, bro, on air, man, like, there's something. My vision aligns with you so much, bro. With all that sort of stuff, I've got a charity, bro, to try and raise money. But like the way I visualize it, imagine if every boxing gym's doing this to some extent, having these workshops where kids can come.
It'd be sick, bro. It'd be sick, yeah.
And my vision is huge. I generally do dream very big, bro, when I start things. And like, imagine if we're giving the resources to some of these gyms, because a lot of boxing gyms are struggling just with money, getting week to week, and it would be really good to be able to put these workshops and things in place and drawing money from donations and funding, and that where you're supporting these gyms as well with gear and workshops. I mean, like, mate, I'd even love to be able to offer to come in and do like a 90 breath work, bro, for you and all the boys. Like,
yeah, that'd be sick, bro. Yeah, the boy, all that. Yeah, it's a time thing. If boys can come in and things like that, but people do come in, man. Like the AFL players would come in and this and that. They'll come in once or twice, then they'd stop coming. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I get it, bro. It's hard, but that's the main thing, bro. It's just a time. If we had like a rotation where we had one person come in once every day. That's what it needs. It's honestly the time thing. Like for Joel, it's hard. He's fighting. Like he gets real upset about it, man. Like he doesn't like letting his kids down. He might have a fight coming up, and I've seen him get real upset, like because he can't rock up to a 5 o'clock class for these kids, And it's really a time thing, man. It's just help.
Yeah.
And we had a lot of help, and we have a lot of people offering, but it's just really hard for them too, you know. And you can see people feel real bad when they can't show up and things like that. But it's just it's a time thing, man.
Yeah. So fuck, bro, what a story, man. I guess how do we get behind you, bro, for this fight, man? How do we get behind you? Like what?
Well, it seems like UK's behind me. In Australia, it's hard to get Australia behind you because obviously the media. They, you know, I've got what's his name, Ben Harvey coming in from the West, but he's probably because he's a controversial sort of guy. I haven't had the sport people, this, that, you know, all the ones, you know, I've had 1,000 UK reporters speak to me and they love it. So the only way, no one really probably knows about it in Australia because they don't want to get behind it. So I think the only way is just getting people aware and things like that, and hopefully people fucking support the journey, I guess.
Yeah, for sure, bro. What's your message, man? Mental health, brother. We'll leave it with a message that you got, man. What gets you up in the morning, bro? What helps you? Fucking, I mean, you've journeyed a lot, bro. You've been through a lot.
Everything. There's a lot that gets me up, man.
Yeah.
A lot that gets me up, and you know, my children, the kids, the people we're talking about now, other, you know, my goals. There's heaps, man.
Yeah. How do you stay focused, brother?
I've got the most worst ADD in the world. As you can probably tell, I'm very fidgety, and I am how I am. How I stay focused is I just fucking. It's actually, I don't really say it's very hard. I try my best.
Yeah.
How do I say? I just have to keep coming back to it.
Yeah.
I get very distracted, but I keep coming back to the goal, you know?
Sometimes I've got it as well, bro. And I sometimes think it works in our favor. Well, when I have to get shit done, bro, that's where it's handy. You know, you just get shit done.
Pretty much, yeah. When I'm very ADD and OCD, so when I start training, I'll fucking train for fucking 8 hours relentlessly, you know, if I don't have something else on. But so yeah, I've just got to, I'm once,
Do you have a morning routine, bro?
I try to wake up and I try to get all my cardio out the way straight away first. Like I haven't today. It's probably why I'm real fidgety now. I'll go do that now, but I try to do that because my cardio is real hard. The way I train, I don't do like light shadow boxing for 2 hours. I just do everything as hard as I can for, you know. So I might, instead of doing like a run for 2 hours, like a slow run, I'll run as fast as I can for 30 minutes. And it's like people will throw up in the first 5 minutes of my runs, you know. So that's how I train. And anyway, sorry. The first thing I do when I wake up is I do all my cardio. I might go to the beach. I might go to the pools, do an ice bath, try to do some breathing. You know, I try and do all that, and then I turn my phone on. So I make sure my phone's off because I'll get distracted otherwise. So I always tell everyone the night before you go to sleep, turn your phone off, and then when you wake up, do all the shit you hate doing first, and then turn your phone on.
I like that.
Yeah, I try that. I knew I had to see you today. I had a few things on this morning, but I'll get to it now. But I try and do that as soon as I wake up. And then
ice bathing every day.
Do I do it? I wish, man. I love ice baths. I fucking love them. I wish. I'll probably do one a week, but I'd love to do them. You know, I'm trying to get. Do you know that Namaste? He's got the stand-up ones.
Yeah.
I want one of them. I'm talking to him actually about getting one of them because I've got the lie-down one, and I hate the lie-down one, bro. I hate lying down. Like I can't even lie down for a minute. But
that's a good place down there.
If I stand up, Namaste. Yeah. If I stand up, he's a good. Yeah. If I stand up, I can do it for half an hour. And same as like Solarium, any machines, if I stand up in them, it's easy. I can't lie down. Yeah. So I'm getting one of his stand-up machines because I'm using a green bin at the moment. I just tuck the ice in it. But I've got a proper ice bath, which I've spent heaps on. And I've got cryotherapy, bro. Fucking that cryotherapy machine was $100,000, bro. Yeah, right. But I hate it, bro. I just like standing in ice. Yeah. But I'm talking like I fill the thing with ice with a tiny bit of water. Like, so it's fucking cold. And I'll stand there, for 20 minutes.
Yeah. Namaste's good, bro. He's invested a lot of money into that place, man.
Yeah, he has. Yeah. I speak to him a bit, yeah.
Did you ever do any of the 9D breathwork that they're doing there?
I did one.
Was that with Liam or?
The dreads. The guy with the dreads.
Oh, I don't know who that was, but yeah.
He did the breath with me. I did it for 90 minutes.
What do you think of it?
I like the breathing, man. When people start making noises and all that stuff around me, I go,
Oh, did you have the headphones on when you done it though?
Nah.
You need to do the 9D breath.
Yeah, because I really like this guy that I spoke to at Dreads because I said to him, you've got the live people who are like all the way over here, then you've got people that don't believe in anything here. Yeah. But they need to be in the middle. Some of them have gone all the way over here. And it's hard. Sure. I can't communicate with them. But this guy was a real level. He was in the middle. Like they talk about I can't remember what, man, like the spirit, side of things. And I'm a real logical person, like it's hard for me. I don't believe in anything unless it fucking set in front of me. Yeah. So when I see people like I don't know. Just that.
What about like manifestation and things like
Well, I manifested this fight happening.
Yeah, yeah.
I 100% manifested.
So what I want to go into, have you visualizing with your arm up? Like how, like...
I don't do that. I don't do that. I don't do that. I should. I've been told to and things like that. What I do is I manifest things into happening. I make it happen, and then with fights, I don't really think about it, bro. I just fucking want it to get over and done with, bro. I just get in there, and I know that with fighting, it's hard to manifest it because nothing ever happens. I've talked to another fighter about this, and he reckons he's visualized and it's happened exactly how he's visualized it. I tried that with like one fight, and it didn't happen. And my view on fighting is everything changes to what you thought. It's always the opposite of what you thought was going to happen.
Yeah.
So I just wait until I'm in there, man. Like, yeah. There's a good saying, everyone's got a plan to get punched in the face.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And it's true for me, but I get there are other fighters who say they visualize and it happens exactly how they visualize it.
Yeah.
I tried that with one fight and it just didn't. Maybe I've got to do it a different way.
Yeah, there's all different sorts of ways you can look into it. I mean, I know a lot of people are off Jake Paul and things like that, but I know he's huge into it, bro.
Jake Paul is? Yeah.
Like, and there's a guy called Matt. I'll actually send you the details, but it's huge, bro. I've been looking.
Well, my friend here, that Daniel, the MMA fighter. You know, he fought like
Daniel Dawson.
No. He's fighting still now. He's a little dude. He owns the baths. You lie in the baths in
the float tanks.
The float tanks. Yeah. He owns that. Daniel fucking D. He plays footy. He's a good mate of mine. He's such a good fucking bloke. Anyway, he tells me that he manifests it, he visualizes it because he goes in the float tanks and he visualizes his fights, and it always happens. You know how he said I spoke to him about this. He's the one who made me think about it and do it. D, I want to get his name right in case he's watching. D, fuck, I'm on medication at the moment in my hand, and I fucking forget.
Nah, all good, bro. Well, man, I'm going to visualize you having the arm up, brother. I'm going to get behind you.
I might, you know what, like, because you said it to me now, I'm one of them people that's been brought up now. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll give it a crack, you know, but we'll see what happens, man, you know. Yeah. I'll be doing other things. I'll be doing the breathing. I'll be doing the ice baths. Yeah. I believe in all that. I believe in meditation. Yep. I believe in, like, that side of things. I haven't gone over here, you know, yet. I had a life coach that was fucking over here, and he fucked my head a bit. Yeah. And
it's huge journey, bro. I don't know if it ever stops, man. I mean, you're talking about it being over here. I just think we're just always growing.
What I mean by that is he's too far. You got to be in the middle. You'll be level headed. Like, you got to be. So there's people that walk around like robots, the normal people. Then you got these life coach. Like, he was a life coach trying to teach me that I had to separate my soul from ego. That people's egos are too big, but his ego was huge because he thought everyone was woke.
Yeah.
So really, he had the biggest ego because everyone that wasn't spiritual like him, they all just didn't know, man. They weren't woke, man. Like, if they said something, he'd be like, they just don't, they're not woke, you know? What's the word? Is it?
Yeah, awoken.
Awoken, or they just don't like, they just, I can't use a different word. But really, that's a big ego thinking that you know what I mean? So they're just as bad as these people here. You need to be in the middle, you need to be level headed. That's what I was trying. I know what you mean. You can go all the way here in life. I get what you're saying there, and fine. That's like the monks or like the Stoics, man. I love Stoicism, bro. I love it. Like, I guess that's why the yin and the yang's about it. Yeah, it's keeping that balance. Yeah, and I think I try, you know, to be, you know, logical. Yeah, and I don't agree with that. And then he was too far fucking gone. Like, he sent me down a bad path, you know. Yeah, like I'll give you, like, I won't use drugs, and marijuana is the fucking, like, my way of how I've dealt with life, bro, is I ignore, I put it away. And some people say that's bad to push it away, but it's fucking worked, you know. And look where I am today. And that's what I teach my boys. I don't care about your past. I don't care about what your dad's been in prison. Like, I'm a bit hard, you know. Like, I've been for everything. There's nothing that you cunts haven't seen, and I fucking haven't. I don't want to hear your sob stories. You just fucking tell me your goals. Let's fucking reach them. That's my...
Yeah, I like that.
You know, obviously, I'm sensitive to them, but I have to be like that, you know. And I fucking believe in that because that's what I've done for myself. Some people disagree. Maybe I'll one day I'll face all my demons and fucking, I don't know, man, you know. But right now, I just want to fight Tommy Fury.
Yeah.
You know. So, like, I was getting into something real important then. Fuck this fucking medication, Andre. I was getting into something real interesting. So marijuana slows your brain down or whatever, and it makes you dwell and think, right? And I'm a deep thinker. I think a lot, but I can, like, if I get a bad thought, a dark thought, I can ignore it and focus on my goal again, or focus on something else. I'm bad AED, luckily, you know. So I never smoke. I don't use drugs because I like being in control of my mind, bro. Anyway, and he was like, trying to push marijuana. I'm like, no, I can't, you know, for 6 months. And in the end, I was like, fuck it. I had it, man. You know, I timed like three fucking puffs for this joint, bro. And it fucking, I'm like this real strong, influential person. If my boys talk suicide or anything, I'm full against it. Don't you talk to me about it. And I have sense of that once again, but that's my way of your approach to think to help them with it. You know, don't talk to me. That's weak. That's fucking for weak, man. You know what I mean? Fucking, I don't want to, you know, and I you know, and it worked for me, you know. Anyway, I'm against suicide. I hate it. I'm a real influential, strong person. Anyway, I fucking smoked this marijuana, bro, and I literally went from fucking being the strongest fucking person I knew to that night fucking literally wanting to fucking kill myself because I fucking my thoughts were so dark, bro, and I couldn't escape it like I normally could. How I can escape my thoughts, I couldn't do it now because the marijuana stopped that ability. It's made everything in here, and I was dwelling, bro, and I couldn't. Like I remember like running around the room like trying to fucking get out the window and like I'm going to go for a run because I thought if I went for a run as hard as I could, it would get rid of it, but nothing was working. I was like, I needed my Valium. I couldn't get to my Valium. And I just couldn't escape it. I remember I got picked up in the car and I remember being like on the side of the door, like fucking just couldn't escape. You know, it was real bad. Yeah. Because my thoughts just got dark and worse to the point where, because it happened now, the next day, it was just like it had come back. The marijuana's out of my system, but I had these thoughts now and I was dwelling on it. And I remember ringing my mate. That's a doctor, bro. He's been a friend 15 years, a normal doctor. And I rang him like, man, I'm not feeling good, you know, because he's used to me being how I am. He's never seen that side of me. He fucking shit himself. He got me into like the best psychiatrist, and it takes fucking a year normally. He got me the best that day. Yeah, he was that, you know. And this psychiatrist was fucking retarded anyway. She's maybe the best. She was an idiot, bro. Like, anyway, fucking that's another story in itself, you know.
Do you like? I mean, on that note, bro, psychology.
I got better in the end. So I saw a psychiatrist. She was an idiot. I was ringing everyone for the forbidden answer. I'll ring like everyone. I rang my uncle who's had mental health his whole life. He had bad thoughts and that, and so I thought no one could give me the answer. Like I was looking for the forbidden answer. There is no answer to the dark thoughts I was having. So I ended up snapping out of it. Actually, what happens was I just took my kids to Adventure World a couple of days later, and the whole day I was just watching. What got me out of it was selflessness. Selflessness is what snapped me out of it. I was watching my kids fucking play at Adventure World, and I was watching how happy they were just on little slides and this and that. Great. And I was watching life through their eyes and and their happiness and everything. And then after hours of that, I started fucking wanting to be a world champion again. I realized why I'm doing things, and I got, so no one else could get, I had to get myself out of it, and I did. And then I became, you know, who I was again.
Nice,
you know?
Bro. How powerful is gratitude, bro? I mean,
selflessness, gratitude. It's the most powerful. I've always been, from the age of a kid, bro, like I'm more like, you know, I'd rather give a present. I can't take this. I hate it, bro. It's fuck. But like, I definitely love giving gifts. I can't wait to see their face. You know, I'm one of them, you know. I love it. Selflessness, I think, is the key to happiness. And I think everyone's selfish, but it's not their fault. I think people, they wake up, bro, and, you know, and I used to always say this to, you know, any of my exes or anything, and like fucking, they used to hate it, bro, you know, because fucking, but it's the truth, man. Like people wake up and all they see is fucking, all they see is selfish people, because that's what the world is. The world, everyone's. So it's actually, you have to go out of your way to be selfish. It's really hard to be selfish, and it's a habit. We are creatures of habit. So you actually have to, you know. I remember saying to this. I said to like one of these people, I said, see that fucking person there. Here's $50. Go give it to him and actually talk to him about, you know, life and things like that. Like it's like you have to make people be selfish, because it's not normal. You know, people always talk about it and go, wow, that's nice, but no one practices it. You have to practice it, and you have to keep repeating it. And that's, you know, because everyone is selfish. And when you do these things, you feel so much fucking better, man. Like and a good man doesn't talk about what a good man does. So I'm not going to sit here and start talking about all the selfish shit I do.
I'll talk about it.
I'm trying to, you know, so hopefully people understand it. But like, I won't sit on podcasts and talk about all the selfish things I do, but I will stop. I'll give one example. Like there's a guy at the front of Peaches in Freo, and I'll always, like, you know, every like maybe twice a week, I'll go visit him. Fucking, I'll take him to the shops, get him whatever food he wants, and I'll talk to him for like, you know, an hour. I do all this sort of shit, and it's just like, because I've always done it, you know, and it's not like I'm not saying I'm a fucking good person or anything. Like, it's just I've practiced it. And I've acted on it, and I've had to, because from a kid I didn't have a choice. I was forced to do it. So now I always do it. So maybe I wouldn't be this selfless person if it wasn't forced to me as a kid. I don't know. And I just kept repeating it. But yeah.
No, man. I get it, bro. I'm exactly the same, man. Like, even with my kids, like I always go and buy things for homeless, or there's been times where I've stopped two blocks down the street and have to come back and go and buy them a pack of cigarettes or fucking some beer, or, you know, and it's good for our kids to see that too, bro, because I feel like if we were all actually, I guess the reason why I do it a lot is because I get it. You know, even when I hear about kids or youth, bro, I'm fucking like massive passion for youth, man, particularly boys' youth as well. They come from tough upbringings and that. But I think it's more so because you get it. You can feel those emotions that arise when I think of them, you know, and you want to just help and support them. And those that are out on the streets at the moment, bro, it's only getting tougher and harder, man. I feel like more of us that be selfless make the world a better place. Man.
Yeah, and people feel better themselves, but it's just hard for them to do it, man, because all they see. So, and what will happen is,
you also got to have the strength, bro. I mean, like for you can back yourself, so you'd feel quite comfortable going up to a homeless man, you know, and giving them.
To me, it's just normal, bro. I can be who I am, and people that are other, you know, people they'll watch and they'll be like, how do you know? It's weird. Like I'll go bump into, you know, a few homeless people in the city, and then I'll take them to a restaurant and sit there and eat with them and take them back to my fucking, you know, people like, because then I might sit with like, you know, the high end people of Perth, if that's what you want to call them, isn't it? You know, and then fucking all of a sudden I'm just sitting with them and I'll bring them and they'll be like, people are weird with that sort of stuff, but I don't give two fucks, bro. It doesn't bother me if people take pictures of it. I'll take pictures with everything. It doesn't bother. I don't give two fucks. I'll walk around fucking. I've never, you know, like I've always had my own style with clothes. It's always been weird. I just don't give a fuck, bro, you know? But, what I was going to say before was, it's hard because you might teach someone something selflessness. They might do, like I might tell this person, be selfless, do this, and they do it, and then they'll get fucked up. Like myself, I try and help out, and then there's been heaps of times, bro, where a boy's let me down, I've been fucked over, and I don't want to do it anymore. Heaps of times you would have heard me say, fuck this, I'm not helping any cunt ever again. I say it every fucking day. You know, I'm pretty sure I said it this morning. Because, you know, so it's hard to teach someone, hey, who all they've seen is selfishness, because that's all you see in the world, right? And you say, hey, do this, and they do it, right? And then they might do it a couple more times and feel really good about it, but then they'll get fucked over eventually. They have to. Yeah. And then you know, so it's a hard.
So what's the key there, bro? Well, you just got to keep going, isn't it? Like anything.
You just got to stick with it, man. You got to be a persistent motherfucker like myself. I'm real persistent, bro. I don't give up. That's the only reason, bro. Like that's how I got this fight. That's why I keep helping cunts, because, bro, I get fucked over by every cunt, bro. And I don't, and people will say to me, like, they'll tell me off. They go, bro, you help these cunts out. You get fucked over, you whinge about it, but then you do it again.
Yeah.
So we are the creators of our own chaos, bro. It's the best thing that my fucking life coach ever taught me, bro. He's that saying, bro.
Yeah.
We are the creators. And I say that to people now, like they'll do something stupid. They'll say yes to someone. They'll get fucked over and they'll complain. I'll go, shut the fuck up. You create, like we're like, what do you mean? It's not my fault. I got fucked over. You created your own chaos, bro. Like you knew this person, you know, you did it. Like whenever anyone gets fucked over, unless it was like, completely not your fault at all. Like, I had a situation where some cunt I never even met before said he was holding drugs for me. It's happening right now. Like this cunt from 3 or 4 years ago, I never even met the fucking cocksucker because I'm a name and the police and this and that didn't like me. He literally, so he could get a big discount. You know what I mean? Unless it's like that, you know, like even then, I'm sort of the creator of my own chaos a tiny bit because he knew someone that I knew and I was friends with that, if that makes sense. So, but in that situation, you sort of can't. But 99% of the time, when cunts whinging and complaining about people, they fucking somehow created their own chaos, bro. You know, like when in relationships, when cunts always complain about their partner, and they're always like, "Oh, this cunt did this and he did that again." They always create their own fucking chaos.
Yeah. So wrapping things up, brother. Fucking, that's a huge story, bro, and a lot to unpack, man. I'd just like to leave it as a message of like, what would you be telling somebody out there that's gone through a lot of stuff like you have, man? It might be in the darkest areas of their life. What's a message for them to give them hope? Where would a good starting point be for them, bro, to just finish this podcast off, man?
My thing is, the only advice I can give is the advice I give, right? And people have different views on this, and that's fuck. Don't worry about anything, man, that's happened. Like look at, you know, me, or look at fucking other people, you know. It doesn't matter about anything. Like, you have to find a goal, and it can be anything. It could be a football player or a fighter like myself, or you might want to become a lawyer. You can do anything, right? You just need to somehow fuck all that off, focus on yourself, you know, like turn your phone off. The next day, do your running and your fucking meditation, your breathing, and then fucking reach your goal, and whatever is going on, just put it aside, you know? Don't think about it. Fucking, I don't believe in fucking facing it and this and that, like other people would say. I believe in all you got to do is focus on your goal. And if you have to keep on focusing on goals to the day you die, so be it. Just because people are like, you can't, because then when that goal's reached, then what? Then you got to face, no, you have a new fucking goal. And that's my thing. Just keep working towards his goal. Hurdles will come and just get over them. Like me, I'm a fucking poster of that, bro. You wouldn't believe the 100 hurdles I've been through to get to where I am today. No one will believe it. But I did. And anyone can. And you just got to, my advice is fucking, can only be reach that goal and that, and people that think you have to face it counts as that. They disagree with my advice, but it's worked for me. It's worked for a lot of boys.
Yeah, I like that, bro. I like that. I mean, a lot of they reckon that's what depression comes from, is just looking too far in the past, man.
Well, they say the stoic. This is another thing I tell them: fucking buy a stoic book, get Meditations by Marcus Aurelius or any stoic book, bro, because they teach that you have to be present. They say that when you die, all you lose is presence, because that's all you ever had. That's all we ever had was present. We didn't have past. We don't have future. All we have is presence. Right now. That's all we have. Yeah. And they say that I preach this and I talk about this, and I'm the biggest fucking. I need to be present. My biggest issue is very hard for me to be present. When I am present, I'm a great father. I'm a great everything, fighter, and everything. When I'm not, I'm fucking horrible. I'm fucking not even there. I'm not present, you know, and I'm not present a lot of the time. So you got to be present, man. Like, it's fucking so important.
It's such but it's easy to say that, man. I mean,
it's hard, man. It's fucking the hardest thing in the world.
A lot of it comes up a lot on these podcasts, man. Like, you know, like when people say doing the work, we're growing. I mean, the biggest, and I ask them, okay, what is it that you have to do? What's the biggest tool? And they say, like, just being alone, being still.
And that's right. Yeah. It's correct. Being present is the most important thing.
Yeah. But yet it's the fucking hardest thing to do.
It's the hardest, man. Like, and then people think it's easy. Then I go, all right, try when you wake up, try like meditating for fucking 10 minutes. Yeah. And someone that's never done it before, you know, like with a mind like mine, bro, you're lucky to get 30 seconds, you know, because meditation's sort of presence. Well, it is.
I struggle with it massively.
Exactly. So that means you struggle with presence then. So
hard.
And that's why I tell people, because they think it's easy. They go, oh, no, being present is easy. Okay, try meditating when you wake up and see how easy it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Proper meditation.
But practicing it too, though, bro. Like, and start at 2 minutes.
That's right. Start at 30 seconds, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For me.
Yeah. Nah, cool.
I got to a pretty good point, meditation, man. Like, I got, you know, I need to go back to it again, especially for this fight, man. But I'm very obsessed with the fight. I've been on my phone till 6 a.m. I haven't been sleeping because of UK, and I've been very, very obsessed. And it's been different. It's been a roller coaster of emotions. I know that I'm definitely going there for a fight now, so that's a bit of a relief. But obviously, I really want Tommy Fury, and fucking. The backup plan is a great one too. I don't even know. I think I might want the backup plan more now because he's a bit of a psychopath like myself, and we'll have a fucking great fight, man. You know, and he's got a bigger name than Tommy, but Tommy has a bigger name like for Love Island social media. But no one respects Tommy Fury. The guy that I could fight if Tommy doesn't show up is fucking very respected. You know, so he'd actually be better for my career. It'd be
fuck, how exciting, bro.
Yeah.
Mate, I'd love to be coming with you, man. It sounds like it's going to be a fucking great journey. So it's on the 29th of March.
Yeah.
And
so 8 weeks, eh?
Yeah.
Leaving 4, yeah. 4.
Yeah, brother. Well, I'm going to let you go, bro. You got to get to work, bro.
You start training.
Yeah. Hey, thanks, Matty, for coming on, brother. Appreciate you, man. I appreciate you sharing your story, bro. Your authenticity. And fuck, man. I'm going to push the fuck out of this.
Appreciate you, brother.
People to get on board, bro. And I'm sure we're going to have heaps more time to talk about other shit, man, in the future.
Yeah.
All the best, bro.
Thanks, brother.